Morning children, welcome to Mary Lucas School and College online classes for the academic year 2021 and 22. So children, today we are going to do the subject Value Education, Lesson 1, Prometheus, the man who brought fire. So before I start reading the story children, I would like you all to pay attention to the few words and meanings which I have written down over here, and that is going to come in the story which I will read. So let us just see and pay attention towards the words and the meaning, because this is going to help you to understand the story nicely. First one is interacted, communicated or be involved directly. Supremacy, the state or condition of being superior to all others in authority, power or status. Third is immortality, that is the ability to live forever, immortal. Starvation, what is the meaning? Suffering from lack of food. Fifth, beast, an animal, especially a large or dangerous four-footed one. Sixth, miserable, it means unhappy or sad. Gazed, to look at something or someone for a long time in surprise or admiration. Regenerating, grow after loss or damage. Ninth one, destined, certain to meet. Eternal, lasting or existing forever. 11th, resisted, try to prevent by action or argument. Resources, a stock or supply of money, materials or assets. 13th, exploiting, means make full use of and derive benefit. Prophecy, a prediction of what will happen in the future. So these are few words and the meanings which, when I read the story for you, you will come across these words. So you can easily see on the board and understand the words used in the story. So children, this story, that is Prometheus, the man who brought fire, is taken from Greek mythology. So let us start reading. Pay attention children as I read. You may follow in your books if you have. Many years ago, according to the stories told by the people of ancient Greece, there lived two brothers who were not like other men or the gods and goddesses of Mount Olympus. They were the sons of one of the titans who had fought against Zeus. Now you must understand that on those days the people of Greece believed that gods lived on Mount Olympus, a place above the earth, and humans lived on the earth. The gods had all powers and occasionally they interacted with humans. Zeus was the leader of the gods. Titans were giants, fearless warriors of great strength and of considerable size who fought the gods on Mount Olympus for supremacy. Now in this first paragraph of the story, we come to know about ancient Greek gods and goddesses who lived on Mount Olympus. That was the place where the god and goddesses lived. And on the other hand, there were titans. Who were titans? Titans were giants. They were fearless warriors. They were warrior clan who had lot of strength. They were very good at fighting wars, and they were in huge size. They were big built, who were huge size, and they always fought with the gods. At that time the god was named Zeus, who was a Greek god. And these titans, the great giants, they always had war against each other, and they used to fight to gain the supremacy. Means over here you can see the word supremacy, the state or condition of being superior to all others. So the gods and goddesses, they said that they were superior, and the titans and the giants, they said that they were superior than them in power. So in order to take that power, they used to have fight against each other. So in this series, the name of the elder of these brothers was Prometheus, which means forethought. So among the titans, that is the giants, there were two brothers by the name of Prometheus. The meaning of Prometheus over here means forethought. Now let us see the characteristics of Prometheus. Prometheus was always thinking of the future and making things ready for what might happen tomorrow. So Prometheus was always worried about the future, what will happen in the future, or next week, or next year, or even in 100 years' time. The younger was called, so the younger brother of Prometheus was called Epimetheus, which means afterthought. So he always used to think about the past, and Prometheus used to think about the future. Epimetheus was always so busy thinking of yesterday. Yesterday means what has been finished, or the past, or last year, or 100 years ago, that he never worried at all about what might come past in the future. He was in charge of looking after the animals and humans on earth. So over here we are talking about the younger brother of Prometheus, whose name was Epimetheus, and he always used to think about the past. On the other hand, Prometheus used to think about the future. So see the difference between the two brothers' characteristics. So over here, what work Epimetheus had? He was in charge of looking after the animals and humans on earth. He gave all protective things like fur, thick skin, wings, shells, etc. to animals to make their life easier in times of cold or heat. When it came to the case of human beings, he ran out of ideas and so asked for help from his brother Prometheus. So what work was given to Epimetheus? He was given the work to look after the animals and humans on earth. So what did he do? He gave all protection to the animals. He provided them with fur, thick skin, wing, shell, all this to make their life easier and to protect them from cold and heat. But on the other hand, when it came for providing comfort to the humans or taking care of them, he had no ideas. He ran out of ideas. Means he was not kind-hearted or thoughtful towards the human beings living on the earth. Prometheus was very clever. Now, what type of a person was Prometheus? Prometheus was very clever, creative and kind-hearted. So, he was clever, creative, he had lot of ideas in his mind, and plus he was a kind-hearted person. Giant. He did not want to live the lazy life of gods amongst the clouds on Mount Olympus. So he was a kind-hearted man, and he did not want to live a lazy life, like as you know that gods, they don't have any work, they have a very comfortable life, and at that time they were living also a comfortable life on the clouds on Mount Olympus, which was their dwelling place where they stayed. He was too busy for that. While the gods were spending their time in idleness, drinking nectar and eating ambrosia, that is the food that provides immortality. As I have written, the meaning of immortality means the ability to live forever. So what type of life the gods were leading on Mount Olympus? They were leading a lazy life. They were idle, they did not have anything to do. The whole day they drank nectar. Nectar is the juice of flowers, and they used to eat a typical special type of food known as ambrosia. What was that food? Why did they eat that food? They ate that food because that provided them immortality. Immortality means the ability to live forever. Means they ate this food, ambrosia, so that death would never come to them and they would live forever. He was planning how to make the world of human beings wiser and better than it had ever been before. So this Prometheus, as he was a kind-hearted man, He always thought, when he looked down on the earth, he saw that people on the earth, they were very sad, they were miserable, they were having a difficult life. So he always thought that how could he be of help and how could he make their life easier and comfortable. So instead of living on Olympus, that was his place where he used to stay, Prometheus went out amongst men to live with them and help them. He quickly noticed that they were living a miserable life. He found them living in caves and in holes of the earth, shivering in the cold, dying of starvation, hunted by wild beasts and by one another, the most miserable of all living creatures. So when Prometheus looked down upon the earth, he found that the life of human beings were full of unhappiness. They were sad, it was difficulty all around. They were dying of cold and heat, they were dying of starvation. I have already written the meaning of all these words, you can see. So starvation over here is suffering from lack of food. They did not have proper food to eat, they did not have enough food to eat. They were leading lives of beasts. Beast means life of an animal. So their life was very difficult, full of hardships. They were sad, miserable, they were unhappy and sad. So as a first step, so what did Prometheus decide? So in his heart and in his mind, he decided that whatever may happen, he is going to help the human beings, the mankind. So the first thing, the first step he took to help the mankind was that as a first step, he made humans stand upright so that they could think and remember things. So the first thing he did in favor of the human beings was that he corrected their posture, he made them stand upright. Before they were bent. So that was not helping them at all. So what did he think? That let me first make the posture upright. So he helped them to stand upright. Thinking why? Why did he do this? This helped human beings to progress, protect themselves from wild animals and rule over them. So when man stood upright, he had a better vision. He could see things from far away and that helped him to progress. He was able to make many things, protect themselves from wild animals because at that time they were staying in jungles, forests, caves and they were always surrounded with wild animals which could attack and harm them. So when Prometheus gave them an upright posture, they were able to overcome all these difficulties if they only had fire. So after giving them the right posture, the second thing Prometheus thought was that I wish I could give them fire. Because fire, as you know, it was also the invention of early man, how fire helped man to progress in so many ways. So they could at least, why did Prometheus think of giving fire to human beings? Because they could at least warm themselves, cook their food, and after a while they could learn to make tools and build themselves houses. Without fire, they are worse off than the beast. So all these positive things, the advantages of fire, as I read, was that if the human beings were provided with fire, what they could do, they could, first of all, the most important thing was that with the help of fire, they could warm themselves because fire provides heat and warmth both. And as they lived in caves and forests, there was no light at that time, so they were living in darkness. So with the help of fire, they would be able to warm themselves, cook the food also. Till that time they were eating raw food, but with the help of fire, they could eat cooked food, and fire would also help them to chase wild animals away because wild animals are afraid of fire. They don't come near fire when the fire is burning around. So without fire, according to Prometheus, the life of the people on earth was very bad, miserable and full of hardships. Prometheus went boldly to Zeus and begged him to give fire to the people so that they might have little comfort through the long, dreary months of winter. So when he thought this in mind, he also said that now I am going to ask Zeus, the god of the Greeks, to give the fire to the people. and he decided this boldly, and with that thought he went to him. And why did he think that they should have fire, human beings should have fire, so that at least during the long winters they could warm themselves and keep themselves alive. Otherwise, most of them died due to the shivering cold. Zeus was already angry, but when he went to Zeus to ask fire for human beings, the reaction of Zeus was not good for him. Why? Because Zeus was already angry towards Prometheus. The reason was that before he went, on one occasion when Prometheus went to meet Zeus, he had taken meat from the feasting table of the gods and gave it to humans. So he had actually robbed some meat from the table of the gods when they were feasting, enjoying, and he gave this to the human beings, because at that time human beings, the gods did not allow human beings to take things from them, because they thought that that would make them more strong and powerful than the gods. So that is why they deprived. They never used to give things which they used to the human beings, because they had that fear that one day the human beings were going to overpower them and become stronger than them, and then they would rule the gods. I will not, said Zeus, not one spark will I share with them. For if men had fire, they might become strong and wise like us. After a while, they would drive us out of our kingdom. Besides, fire is a dangerous tool, and they are too poor and ignorant to be trusted with it. It is better that we on Mount Olympus rule the world without threat, so all can be happy. So as I told you, why Zeus was reluctant, why he did not want to give fire to the human beings. So the same thing when Prometheus asked to give fire, what did he reply? He said, no, I will not give, not even a spark of fire I am going to give to the humans. Because he had that fear that if he gave fire, the men will become strong and wise like them, and then one day would come by which the human beings would drive them out of their kingdom. They would overpower them. And plus, the god Zeus, he thought that fire was a dangerous tool, and the human beings, they were poor and ignorant, and they could not be trusted with such a dangerous thing or sacred thing, and it was only meant for the gods to handle. And so he did not want to give it, because he thought that it would be a threat to the gods the day he gave fire to the human beings. Prometheus did not answer, but he had set his heart on helping mankind and decided not to give up. So when Zeus refused to give fire to Prometheus, he did not say anything. He was calm and quiet, but in his heart and mind, he had planned and he had decided that he will take fire to the human beings and then he will return to the earth. So once while he was walking by the seashore, he found a tall stalk of fennel. So fennel is a type of plant, a herbal plant, and it can be eaten also. He broke it off and then found that its hollow center was filled with dry soft substance which would burn slowly and stay alive for a long time. He carried the stalk with him as he began a long journey to the top of Mount Olympus. So as Prometheus has already decided to help human beings, so nothing could stop him. And so as one day he was walking along the seashore, that is the river side, he found this fennel stalk. It is a long stalk with thin, long, dry branch, that is the stem, and in that it is hollow. So when he saw it, he examined it and he found it very useful that he could take a spark of fire and hide in that hollow stalk and carry it to the human beings on the earth. So he took that stalk thinking that mankind shall have fire despite what Zeus had decided. He said to himself, and with the thought he went quietly into Zeus' domain and stole a spark from Zeus' own lightning bolt. So with the thought he quietly hid that stalk of fennel under his clothes, and he went to Zeus' domain, means where he lived, that is Mount Olympus, and there he robbed that spark from Zeus' lightning bolt. He had one lightning bolt means it was a type of a stick which was magical, and from there that light used to come out, that fire used to come out. From there he took a spark of fire and hid it in that fennel stem. Prometheus touched the end of the long reed to the spark, and the dry substance within it caught on fire and burned slowly. So he touched that stalk, fennel stalk, that dry stem which he had brought to the lightning bolt of Zeus, and it caught fire slowly. Prometheus hurried back to his own land, carrying with him the precious spark hidden in the hollow center of the plant. So as soon as that stem caught fire, he quickly hurried with that fire, and he brought that to the people living on the earth, and with this he reached his home, that is, he started living on earth because he loved mankind, he loved the people. So when he reached home, he called some of the shivering people. So as he reached the earth with that fire and the stem of the fennel, he called all the shivering people from their caves and built a fire for them and showed them how to warm themselves by it and use it to cook their food. So when he reached the earth over there, he called all the people living around the cave and forest. And at that time it was winter, so the people, they had no clothes. As you know that ancient people, early man people, they did not wear clothes, but they used skins of animals to cover themselves, plants, leaves of plants and trees. So he called all of them, and then he showed them the fire, that is the light, and he also told them how they can use this fire to keep themselves warm in the winter and also cook food. Men and women gathered round the fire and were warm and happy and thankful to Prometheus for this wonderful gift which he had brought to them. So when they saw fire, they were very happy and they all gathered around it. They felt warm when they surrounded fire. So they knew that this fire is going to protect them from the shivering cold and also help them to cook food. So no longer they are going to eat raw food. And they were very happy and thankful to Prometheus for helping them to get fire. One chilly winter evening, Zeus gazed down from Mount Olympus and noticed fires burning cheerfully at the hearths of men and women in every village across the land. So one chilly evening, when Zeus from his Mount Olympus where he stayed, he gazed over here to look at something or someone for a long time in surprise or admiration. So when he looked down on the earth, he saw that there were fire burning everywhere all around the people where they were staying, in every village across the land. It did not take him long to realize that Prometheus had disobeyed him and gave fire to mankind. So quickly he realized that this is the work of no other person than Prometheus, and he knew that he has disobeyed and robbed the fire from his lightning bolt and given it to the mankind living on earth. Zeus was very angry and ordered that Prometheus be arrested. His soldiers caught hold of Prometheus and chained him to a rock on the side of a mountain. An eagle was set to feed upon him, ever regenerating heart daily. This punishment was given to him for giving meat and fire to human beings, for being kind to them against the wishes of Zeus. Thus, Prometheus was destined to suffer there for all eternity for helping human beings to better their lives. And there, Prometheus stayed thinking of the future, happy in the knowledge that he had given fire to mankind and caused their progress towards comfort and happiness. So the moment Zeus came to know that Prometheus has robbed the fire from his lightning bolt and given it to the human beings, he ordered Prometheus to be arrested. And what did his soldiers do? They caught hold of Prometheus and chained him to a rock on the side of the mountain. And then he sent an eagle, which was always hungry, to eat the heart of Prometheus daily. And every day the heart of Prometheus used to regenerate. Over here, regenerate means it grew after loss or damage. So every day that eagle was sent to eat the heart of Prometheus, and every day the heart grew, a new heart grew in its place. So this punishment was given to Prometheus for giving meat and fire to the human beings, for being kind to them. So this is how Prometheus had to pay, by suffering for the human beings, for the good he had done to the human beings by providing them with fire and meat. Because Zeus, the god of the Greeks over there, he did not want the people to become strong and powerful, the humans to become strong and powerful. So that is why he was very angry towards Prometheus. Thus Prometheus was destined, means it was a thing, destined means certain to meet. Because he had done wrong, so he was certain to meet the suffering till eternity. Eternity means over here, till eternity. You can see the meaning over here. Eternal, lasting or existing forever. Eternal and eternity, it is the same meaning. Lasting or existing forever means till the time he lived. As long as he lived, he had to suffer. So that was his destiny. He had to suffer till the time he lived. And this was why he was suffering, just because he was kind-hearted, good to human beings, and he always thought of the future, as his name suggests, that he always thought of the future, and he wanted to make the future of the human beings living on earth better, which would be full of comfort and happiness. So the price which he had to pay was that he had to suffer on the hands of Zeus by taking all the suffering on his body. Many years later, fate favored Prometheus as a prophecy. So many years passed like this, and Prometheus used to suffer every day. The eagle used to eat his heart, and every day he used to crow. Means every day he used to go through the same suffering. And many years passed like this. But once a prophecy which was made from Prometheus, that is prophecy, a prediction of what will happen in the future. So there was a prophecy made for him, and Zeus' own son. So Zeus has a son named Hercules, who himself came to rescue Prometheus. Means when he came to know about Prometheus, that he was a very good and kind-hearted man, he decided that he is not going to be cruel like his father, but help Prometheus. So Hercules, as you know the name, you must have heard the name, he was the bravest man ever to be born, went to the mountain where Prometheus was chained and freed him from his eternal punishment. Means he only had the power and courage to go against his father, and then he went to the mountain where he was chained, and he freed Prometheus of this curse, that is the eternal curse, which means he had to suffer this as long as he lived. But Hercules helped him to get freed from this curse, and this is how Hercules helped Prometheus. So what does this story teach us? The story of Prometheus teaches us that the hardships human beings had undergone while progressing into civilization. So what civilization we see in the present, it is not so easily, we did not get it so easily, but human beings from the early times, they had to go through a lot of hardships to come to this level of civilization. Each effort to improve the situation had been resisted, and the person initiated it was punished to perpetuate the comforts of few selected selfish persons. So whenever any person who came forward, like in the case of Prometheus, any man or person who came forward to help to improve the condition or help the people to give comfort in their life, were always resisted. Means the other people who were wicked and bad, jealous, they always resisted. They tried to prevent by action or argument. That is resistance, means resisting. Stopping somebody who is doing something good, that is resisting. So this has been for years, and in history it shows that no good work has been done without facing problems and difficulties. any person who had tried to do something good for human beings or mankind, they have always faced opposition or resistance. Then only after so much of problems, punishments, going through difficulties and tortures, they have been able to do that good work. Even now, we can see the same pattern in the modern so-called civilized communities. Till today, we have to face difficulties if we are wanting to do something good. Some selfish people control the wealth and other resources by exploiting the rest of the human being. So, as we know, our society is a mix of good and bad people. So good people, they think of doing good for the human beings or mankind, and the selfish people who are wicked, who only think of themselves, they always bring obstacles or they try to resist the good work. They always try to stop the good work to be done. But eventually, this would change and quality and justice would prevail. The fire lit by Prometheus would not go in vain. So, in spite of all the resistance, all the obstacles in the life of people who try to do good for somebody or for mankind, they have always been, they have come out victorious, because in the end, the people who do good, they are victorious. So, in the same way, Prometheus, he went through so many hardships, but ultimately, fire was given to human beings, and as today we also use and benefit the how we also use fire, and we all know the benefits of using fire, how it has made our life easier, comfortable, and happier. So, children, I hope you have understood this lesson, and please go through the lesson, read it once again, okay, so that you understand it. Until then, when we meet next, stay blessed and happy. Bye bye.